I never believed in the supernatural. Ghosts, ghouls, things that go bump in the night. They were just figments of overactive imaginations, stories to scare children. That was until the night I encountered something that defied explanation, something that has haunted me ever since. It started innocuously enough. I was a junior at the local university, majoring in computer science. My life was a routine blend of lectures, coding, and the occasional party. I was the typical college student, except for one thing. I had an insatiable curiosity for the unknown, the unexplained. This led me to explore abandoned buildings and forgotten places around town, always with my trusty camera in hand. One evening, my best friend Mike suggested we explore a dilapidated mansion on the outskirts of town, rumored to be haunted. I laughed off the ghost stories, but was intrigued by the prospect of exploring such an old and forgotten piece of history. We arrived at the mansion as the sun was setting, casting long shadows across a broken facade. The once grand home was now a shell of its former self, its windows boarded up, its walls crumbling. We found our way inside through a broken basement window, our flashlights cutting through the darkness. The air inside was stale, thick with dust and decay. We wandered through the rooms, our footsteps echoing in the empty halls. There was nothing particularly eerie about this place, just the sad remnants of a home long abandoned. But as we ventured deeper into the mansion, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were not alone. We found our way to the library, a vast room lined with empty bookshelves. In the center of the room stood a grand piano, its keys yellow and dusty. As I approached it, drawn by some inexplicable force, the air around me grew colder. I reached out to touch the piano, and that's when I heard it, a faint whisper, like the rustling of leaves. I spun around, my heart racing, but there was no one there. Mike was in the next room, oblivious to what I had just experienced. I chalked it up to my imagination, the power of suggestion in a supposedly haunted house. But then I heard it again, closer this time, a whisper in my ear, so clear I could almost make out words. I called out to Mike, my voice tinged with panic. He came running, concern etched into his face. I told him what I had heard, but he just laughed it off, saying it was probably just the wind or rats in the walls. I wanted to believe him, but the fear in my gut told me otherwise. We decided to call it a night, both of us uneasy, but unwilling to admit it. As we made our way back to the basement window, the feeling of being watched grew stronger. I couldn't shake the sense that something was following us, lurking in the shadows. We reached the window and clambered through, eager to leave the oppressive atmosphere of the mansion behind. But as I emerged into the cold night air, I felt a hand grasp around my ankle, pulling me back with an inhuman strength. I screamed, kicking frantically, and after what felt like an eternity, I broke free. Mike helped me to my feet, his eyes wide with terror. We didn't stop to look back. We just ran, not stopping until we reached the car. We drove in silence, both of us processing what had just happened. I didn't dare tell Mike, but as we fled the mansion, I heard the whisper again, this time forming words I wish I could forget. "You are mine now." Since that night, strange things have been happening. Objects in my apartment move on their own, doors open and close without explanation. I hear the whisper constantly now, a constant presence in my life, a reminder of that night. I don't know what I encountered in the mansion, but I fear it has followed me home. I write this as a warning to others. Be careful where you tread, for some places are best left unexplored. And if you ever hear a whisper in the dark, whatever you do, don't listen. Thank you for listening to Don't Listen to the Whispers. If you enjoyed this story, please leave a like, and if you enjoy hearing stories from me, please subscribe and become a resident of Hill Street and let me know how I'm doing in the comments. And I hope all of you have a fantastic night.